Well, the big climactic scene wherein Paul Newman and Steve McQueen go up on the roof, successfully explode the huge water tanks which crash through the top floor and cause the fire to be extinguished, was in fact the most dangerous of the scenes, and it did involve all of the actors, because being the climax of the scene, they all had to be present. Who was going to live, who was going to die, who was seriously hurt, for story purposes, not in reality. And I would say that was the most difficult scene. We did have 9 cameras. I take great pride in that particular scene because it was a scene that I directed. It took us 9 days to photograph what was on the screen for just about 9 minutes. And we're kind of proud of it. We're proud that everybody lived through it, including me. Well, I think Towering Inferno falls into the same category as Poseidon, which was the leader, the number one of the disaster genre. I have a private theory about this. I think really we're all Walter Mitty's. We stand in front of the mirror in the morning and we conjure up some great experience we're going to have on that particular day, and we go out and face the world attempting to be heroes. Because the truth is, we'd all like to be heroes. When you couple that with what I think is a basic problem in human nature, I think there's something missing in our individual ids. And I think, strangely enough, and unhappily, we all like to attend accidents. You've never seen an automobile crash that didn't have 50, 60 people around it. You never saw a fire engine racing through the streets that wasn't followed by a crowd of kids and some grown-ups. And when they finally reach the fire, one of the greatest difficulties is to hold back the fire line. The combination of wanting to be the heroic Walter Mitty character and the fact that we enjoy accidents makes the present disaster movie the hits that they are. It gives the Walter Mittys of the world an opportunity to vicariously enjoy the thrill of being a hero while watching a terrible disaster in which they can't be hurt in the comfort of a theater seat. The problem with our individual ids is that we're all madly attracted to disaster. And I think those two, more than anything else, plus the way you put it on the screen, result in the success of the disaster film, and for which I'm terribly grateful. Well, first comes the money. Second, the money. Third, in fact, there are a number of rewards, and cumulatively they do come up to the money. It was marvelous getting an Academy Award nomination for the picture. It was wonderful becoming a fire chief in 73 countries throughout the world. It was very nice that fire chiefs throughout the world thought that the single greatest effort ever made in history for fire prevention was the production of the motion picture The Towering Inferno. So there are any number of things, including in the action sequence, directing Steve McQueen and Paul Newman, and I'm sorry.
Here, I'll change the angle.
Okay. Additionally, of course, was the marvelous opportunity in the action sequences of directing Steve McQueen and Paul Newman and William Holden and Faye Dunaway and Fred Astaire and Jennifer Jones and Richard Chamberlain and all the marvelous people that we cast in the show. There were endless rewards, and happily they never seemed to stop. The making of new pictures are always related back to the success of The Towering Inferno. I think that kind of sums up the different awards. And of course, last of all, there's the money. I'm a difficult fellow to work for, and not really, but I pretend to be. And I'm a perfectionist, and I do believe that this is an art form and should be treated as such. And as you can see here in this room, you're sitting now in the so-called Irwin Allen think tank. all projects start here, and they all start with visually or doing a visualization of an idea, whether it's from a bestseller or an original idea. How is it going to look on the screen? The quickest and easiest way to find out is have these remarkable artists that work for our operation translate to pictures that which the writer has put into words. Old Chinese proverb, picture being worth 10,000 words. We quickly can tell, based on these pictures, how to budget it, how to plan it, what's going to be involved, the shooting time, the schedules, the thousands of requirements necessary by way of props and sets and so on. Starting a picture starts with a picture. Say, that was rather clever.